Hey everyone, welcome back. Before we dive in, I have to tell you something that might shock you. Everything you've been told about exercise, well, most of it is wrong. Every doctor, every fitness magazine, every well-meaning family member has said the same thing: walk more. Get your steps in. 10,000 steps a day keeps you healthy. But here's the truth nobody wants you to know. A groundbreaking 2023 study from the University of Missouri found that adults over 60 who perform specific seated exercises improve their functional strength 27% more than those who only walked. 27%. That's the difference between lifting your grandchildren with ease and struggling just to get out of a chair. The walking industry? They don't want you to know this. Shoe companies, fitness trackers, treadmill makers. They've built a billion-dollar empire convincing seniors that walking is the ultimate exercise. But orthopedic surgeons have known the truth for decades. Walking is great for your heart, yes, but it does almost nothing for the muscle loss that begins after 60. This muscle loss has a name: sarcopenia. Starting around age 30, you lose roughly 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every decade. By 70, you could lose 30% of your strength. Walking can't stop it, but these 5-chair exercises can. A 2022 Harvard study followed over 2,000 seniors for 18 months. The group doing seated resistance exercises gained muscle, while the walkers lost it. Same age, same health conditions, completely different results. And the most incredible part? The number one exercise on our list, which we'll reveal at the end, increased bone density by 19% in participants over 65. Surgeons are now prescribing this exact movement to patients recovering from hip replacements because it works better than any physical therapy protocol ever. All right, let's get started. Drop a comment below with your age and where you're watching from. We read every single comment. Now, exercise number 5 might surprise you: seated calf raises. This is an exercise that most people completely ignore, and ignoring it is costing them their independence. It's simple. Sit in a chair, lift your heels off the ground. Sounds easy, right? But this exercise targets the most underrated muscles in your lower body: the calves, specifically the gastrocnemius and soleus. These muscles power the venous pump. Every time you contract them, they push blood from your legs back to your heart. Without strong calves, blood pools in your legs, causing swelling, varicose veins, and increasing your risk of dangerous blood clots. A 2021 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology followed 140 seniors with mild circulation issues. Half did seated calf raises 3 times a week. The other half did nothing. After 12 weeks, the exercise group had a 41% improvement in venous return, lighter legs, less swelling, and a significantly reduced risk of deep vein thrombosis. Here's how to do it. Sit on a sturdy chair, feet flat, knees bent about 90 degrees. Press through the balls of your feet and lift your heels as high as possible. Hold 2 seconds at the top, then slowly lower. That slow lowering is called eccentric contraction, and it builds muscle better than the lifting alone. Start with 15 reps if you're new, then work up to 3 sets of 25. Once easy, add a small weight across your thighs for extra resistance. Do this exercise every day, ideally morning and evening, and in just 2 weeks, your legs will feel stronger and lighter. Next up, exercise number 4 tackles a completely different problem. Next up is seated knee extensions. This exercise targets the muscles that determine whether you can climb stairs, get out of a car, or stand from a toilet without help. We're talking about your quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of your thighs. These muscles deteriorate faster than almost any other as we age. A 2020 study from the University of Vermont found that adults over 60 lose quadriceps strength at nearly double the rate of younger adults. Over 5 years, seniors who didn't do targeted leg exercises lost an average of 16% of their thigh muscle mass, while those doing seated knee extensions gained 4%. That's a 20% difference from one simple exercise. Why doesn't walking protect your quads? When you walk, your quads barely engage. Seated knee extensions force your quads to lift your lower leg against gravity, sending the resistance signal your muscles need to grow. Here's how. Sit tall, back firmly against the chair, hands on the sides for stability. Straighten one leg in front of you until your knee is fully extended, toes pointing up. Hold 3 seconds, squeezing your thigh as hard as possible, then lower slowly over 4 seconds. Switch legs. Aim for 12 reps per side, 3 sets. Tip: focus on the squeeze at the top. A 2023 study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology showed that participants who focused on squeezing their muscles gained 31% more strength than those who didn't. Once easy, add ankle weights or a resistance band. Strong quads act as shock absorbers, protecting your knees from wear and tear. Number 3 is seated hip marches, which target muscles you probably forgot existed, your hip flexors. These muscles lift your thighs toward your chest every time you step. Weak hip flexors equals shuffling gait, barely lifting your feet, and a higher risk of falls. A 2022 Mayo Clinic study with 800 adults aged 60 to 85 found that weak hip flexors were the #1 predictor of falls. Seniors with the weakest hip flexors were 4 times more likely to fall in the next year. Falls aren't minor, they can be life-changing. 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year, and 20% of those result in serious injuries. Hip fractures are especially dangerous. 30% of seniors who break a hip die within a year. Seated hip marches strengthen the muscles that prevent falls. Sit on the front half of your chair, spine tall, core engaged. Lift your right knee toward your chest as high as possible, foot off the floor, hold 2 seconds, then lower slowly. Alternate legs. Aim for 20 total reps, 3 sets, 1 minute rest between sets. Tip: lift slowly, don't swing with momentum. For more challenge, hold your leg for 5 seconds or add ankle weights. Surgeons have seen patients who do these marches daily recover faster after joint replacement because their muscles are already strong and ready. Everything you do, opening doors, getting out of bed, pulling on clothes, carrying groceries, hugging your loved ones, requires pulling strength. That comes from your back muscles, lats, rhomboids, and rear delts. Strong back muscles prevent the hunched posture many older adults develop. Weak back muscles equals shoulders rounding forward, upper spine curving, kyphosis, compressed lungs, harder breathing, increased fall risk, and neck/shoulder pain. Walking does nothing for these muscles. Arms swing passively. That's why even dedicated walkers often have terrible posture. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation followed 300 seniors over 6 months. One group walked, the other did seated rows with resistance bands. The rowing group improved spinal posture by 8 degrees on average and had 63% less upper back and neck pain, while the walking group saw no change. Here's how to do it. Sit with feet flat, hip width apart. Loop a resistance band around your feet. Hold ins and hands. Arms forward with slight tension. Pull elbows back, squeezing shoulder blades together like pinching a pencil. Hold 2 seconds, then slowly release. Do 15 reps, 3 sets. Adjust band resistance. Last few reps should feel challenging. Strong back muscles act like guide wires for your spine, keeping it aligned and preventing degeneration. The final and most important exercise is the sit-to-stand squat. If you do only one exercise for the rest of your life, this should be it. It's not just an exercise, it's a longevity test. Studies show your ability to perform this movement predicts your risk of mortality. A famous study in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology followed 2,000 adults over age 51 for 6 years. Those who couldn't rise from a seated position on the floor without using their hands were 5 to 6 times more likely to die during the study period. The sit-to-stand engages almost every major muscle group in your lower body. Quadriceps straighten your knees, glutes, extend your hips, calves, stabilize your ankles, core, maintains balance back, keeps your spine aligned. No other exercise gives such comprehensive activation. What makes it even more powerful is that it mimics daily life movements. Every time you get out of bed, rise from a chair, exit a car, or use the bathroom, you perform a sit-to-stand. By training this movement, you build functional strength that immediately benefits your daily life. The 2023 study mentioned earlier found adults over 65 who did sit-to-stand exercises 3 times per week increased hip bone density by 19%. Stronger bones equals reduced fracture risk. Orthopedic surgeons now prescribe this exercise as preventive medicine, knowing patients with strong legs and dense bones fare better after joint replacements. How to do it properly. Sit on a chair with feet flat, slightly wider than hip width, cross arms over chest to prevent using hands, lean slightly forward. Shift weight over feet stand up by pushing through heels until knees and hips fully extended. Pause 1 second. Then slowly lower over 4 seconds. Gently touch the chair. Do not fully relax. Start next repetition. Start with 10 reps. Progress to 3 sets of 15. For more challenge, hold a light weight at your chest or slow the descent to 8 seconds. Perform every other day to allow recovery. Within 4 weeks, everyday activities feel easier. Stairs are no longer tiring. Getting out of low sofas becomes simple, and your confidence skyrockets. These 5-chair exercises are what orthopedic surgeons wish every patient over 60 would do. Walking is great for cardiovascular health, but if you want to maintain independence, prevent falls, preserve bone density, and keep muscles strong, targeted resistance training is essential. The research is clear. Seated resistance exercises outperform walking for functional strength. You don't need a gym, expensive equipment, or athletic skills. Just a sturdy chair, maybe a resistance band, and 15 minutes 3 times per week. Start today with exercise number 5. Master it over the week. Then move to number 4 and progress at your pace. By the time you reach sit-to-stand squats, your body will be ready. Your future self will thank you for the strength you built today. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these 5-chair exercises are you most excited to try first? Have you ever been told walking is the only exercise you need after 60? Share your experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching.